Hello and welcome to Dawn Chorus Writes, a Miraculous Ladybug fanfiction and audio fiction. This is the series A Game of Cat and Mouse for Fusion November, but as you know, we are now in December, so it's kind of extended into December and a new schedule will be coming live soon. So make sure you smash that like button, comment down below what you think of it and what's about to happen next, because I'd love to hear your comments, guys, and subscribe so you don't miss out on future parts and all the goodies that are about to come during December. So I hope you enjoy A Game of Cat and Mouse. Part 4. Adrien, Cat's POV. Cat let out a deep-chested chuckle at the sight of Minnie jumping across the rooftops. Hey, wait up! Oh, I don't think so, she called behind her, her face lit up with excitement. This time, the mouse is going to escape the cat and win. But you don't know which way we normally go. Saying that, as he watched her, Multimouse was going the exact way he and Ladybug would normally take. The same roofs, the same angle to leap from. Had their patrol been documented? I hadn't been aware of it, or had LB told Minnie the route when giving her the Miraculous? Yeah, it must be the former. At the end of the day, it didn't matter what route they took. He simply was having fun chasing after a mouse across Paris. Come on, slow coach. I thought cats were faster than that. Minnie paused for a second, waited until he got a little closer, and then jumped off, redirecting her route towards the Eiffel Tower. Slow? I'll show you how fast a cat can be. I was merely taking it easy on you. Sprinting off the roof, he leapt through the air and was now directly behind Minnie, resulting in her letting out a little squeak. Too cute. No, focus. I'm gonna win. On the last group of roofs before the final leap to the tower, Minnie teased, I'm going to win! Through fits of laughter and taking one final glance behind her, she failed to fling her jump rope tail just so, as it missed clinging onto the bars. Kitty! It happened in an instant. Cat sprinted, placing his power into his legs as he took off. She tried to fling out the jump rope a second time, just as Cat flew through the air, grabbing her in his arms. I've got you, princess. With a bit of luck, he redirected them away from the building and landed on the ground. Are you okay? Are you hurt? He panicked, checking her over as he continued to cradle her in his arms. He didn't know what he would have done if something had happened to her, or because they were acting foolish. He had been foolish to encourage Marinette to play Tig across the city. Oh, how much he wanted to wrap her in his arms tightly around her, to be reassured at the sensation of her heart beating against his, in an attempt to remove the loop of potential scenarios now playing in his mind. And yet, he couldn't. That would be strange for Cat to behave like that, as if he needed another reason to hate these secrets between them. Only embarrassed, Kitty. She took his hand that was now checking her back, unsure what he was actually looking for. I'm fine, Kitty. You saved me. No harm done. But you could have been hurt. If I hadn't... His expression finished the sentence as he winced. She stared at him with her ocean eyes, questioning the level of concern he was now showing towards her. I guess I'm not as used to using the jump rope as I thought. She shifted in his arms as her face became red in humiliation. No, it was my fault. I was going to teach you how to use it, but instead we took off. As the leader, it was... He paused for a moment and gave a little nod. Oh, now I know how LB feels when I do something foolish. Huh. A crowd was gathering around them as she tried to raise and unpeel herself out of his hold. Wait, I have a better idea. Hang on to me. he said softly, whilst using his baton to carry them up into the air to the flashes of camera phones going off. Great! Now there'll be pictures of cat and mouse across the internet and newspapers. LB isn't going to be happy. Why would that affect LB? It's not like they are pictures of the two of you. She gripped harder onto his suit, and he had to stop himself from leaning his head against hers before he levered the angle so they would land onto the middle platform of the tower. I know, but I had promised LB a simple patrol, not... He gestured to the crowd that was still lingering below them. Now there'll be questions of who you are, what had happened to Multimouse, and... He took a deep breath and caught her gaze. There was adorable pink blush just underneath her mask that made him want to lean in and kiss her. No, this might be Marinette, but right now you are Cat, not Adrien. And it would be unfair to put your love in this position. With a forceful push of willpower, he released his arms from around her, lowering her onto the iron grid. Thanks, she said, twirling a stray piece of hair around her finger that had broken free during the chase. I will tell Ladybug it was my fault. Because it was. I wasn't paying attention and you saved me. I'm sure she'll understand. She glanced up at him through her lashes, a look that always seemed to melt his heart, but quickly averted her sight away and back towards the crowd, which was now dispersing. Thanks, Minnie. That's really nice of you. Sure, no problem. Her voice sounded like a squeak again. Did it normally do that? And he hadn't noticed until she literally became a mouse? Or was it down to the miraculous, like his purring? Either way, he couldn't help but chuckle at the sound. So, I was thinking, what if you reduced down to one Minnie? That way you could get used to that element and I'll carry you back to Notre Dame. Over already? Why, do you have places to be, kitty? Well, he rubbed the back of his neck. I thought after we'd take it slow. But I'm down for doing this again if you are, Minnie. It was only meant to be a one-off, but I could speak to Ladybug and see what she says. But yeah, I would be down for doing it again. Apart from the near miss, shall we say, it's been fun. In that case, the Cat Noir Express will leave in 5 minutes. He wiggled his eyebrows at her, hoping to relieve some of the tension that was building between the two of them. Oh, why was this so much harder than he had imagined? She laughed, and he grinned. She removed her jump rope from around her waist and skipped. Multitude! This time, instead of lots of minis popping out from her glowing boots and scurrying around his feet, the one Marinette shrank like Alice drinking the potion and became the most charming mouse he had ever seen. He placed his hand flat on the iron grid she was now balancing on and let her climb up. If he wasn't already in love with this girl, he guessed he would have fallen for this Minnie in that moment, looking indescribably cute as she clung onto his thumb. Okay, hold it together, Cat. Knowing the heat and colour were rising in his cheeks, he lowered his hand onto his shoulder and felt a scramble in his hair to the same spot on the top of his head. You ready, Minnie? Cat Noir Express is about to take off, he said, attempting to mask over the softness in his voice as she repeated the same wiggle. Minnie, are you making a nest up there? Maybe, she squeaked. Sorry, it's just so cozy, and the smell. That's alright, Minnie. Just hang on tight. With a light tug of his hair, he pulled out his baton and carefully guided his way through the city. They landed on the exact spot they had started from. The sun was dipping behind the building now, as twilight created a hue of mystical colours across the sky and formed a low glow. He helped her climb back down and stared in wonder as Minnie became Marinette's eyes again. "Thank you, Kitty." She awkwardly held out her hand for him to shake by. "I had better go, but that was fun." Not seeing the lips sticking out from the guttering, she tripped and slid forward. Cat, without thinking, yanked her hand towards him and with his other arm wrapped it around her. "Oh, that's embarrassing. I'm massively clumsy." She muffled into her hand, trying to hide her rosy red cheeks, and planted her forehead into his chest. "I wonder if I'm suited to be a super sometimes." "Oh, don't say that, Minnie." "Marinette?" He breathed her name into her ear. "I think you are amazing. You were born to be a super, with or without a suit on. You display a courage and a kindness to your friends and family every single day." She leaned her face away from his chest and was staring at him with those ocean eyes with barely any distance between their faces. "What more can a super be? I think you are more than a superhero than me." He lowered his gaze. "After all, this was my chance to show LB I could take more of a lead, and then you fell. All because I didn't." She exchanged her cheek with his, placing her hand underneath his chin. "No, Kitty, that was all my fault. I know for a fact that you were a brilliant partner for Ladybug. She thinks the world of you, and so do I." He didn't realize it was happening until it was too late. The cat was kissing his mouse. "Kitty?" Thank you for listening to part 4 of a game of cat and mouse. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you smash that like button. Comment down below what you think of it and what is about to happen next. Make sure you subscribe so you do not miss out on part 5. And yeah, there's a lot to come. And yeah, I hope you're good and I will speak to you soon. Bye.